That was my paradigm. That was my reality. Why is no one doing anything daily to work out their mind? I mean, you physically work out your body. Day one of MMC. And I tell everyone in the group, I'm like, guys, I just got robbed. They're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, no, guys, I just got robbed. Hey, what's up, everybody? So we are at episode 11 of the Mindset Memoirs, and I'm really just grateful that you're hanging out with me. If you don't know who I am, if you're here for episode 1, right, this is your first time being here, my name is Mindset Marlin, and just want to say thank you for jumping in and being part of this journey. So in the last episode, I explained how I purchased the 10 doors from Maria Salgado. Shout out to Maria. I hope you're doing amazing if you're watching this. And how I started to lean back into my passion, or not even my passion, but my original dream of owning rental properties to have passive income so I can do what I actually want to do. And so now that leads you to the question of, well, Marlon, what did you actually want to do? See, what's been amazing to me all this time has been the change that had been occurring to me, right? I grew up in middle class. I grew up as a kid that was convinced I was going to have to work the next 60 years to retire, and I would have the white picket fence and all that other garbage that I really didn't want. But that's all I ever saw. That was my paradigm. That was my reality. And at some point, I decided to want something different. I decided to change. I started to change my environment. I changed the information that was coming around me. And really, I changed my mindset. So I've been obsessed with mindset ever since I started to see the noticeable differences in my own life. Ever since I started to see that I was different in my world, I became absolutely fascinated by human development and personal change. So during this period, this is what, January now, 2022, February really, I have these properties, but more importantly, at the same time, around the same time, actually a few months earlier, I start doing something pretty interesting online. I start gathering entrepreneurs from all around the US to connect early in the morning to talk about their mindsets. Because I was in the different mentorship programs. I was in the Robert Kiyosaki program, the Sub 2 Paces program, and everybody was talking tactics, right? Everyone could give me all the how-tos of like structuring the deal, and here's the script, and here's this, and here's that. And I started to use it and it was helpful, but I was finding a lot of people in the communities who were given the same tools, not producing any of the results. I mean, like nothing. And like some of them had been in it longer than me. So it begs me to ask the question of like, well, why are some of us achieving and others aren't? Right? We all have access to the same resources. What's the difference? Well, I know what the difference is. It's mindset. And so I'm wondering, why is no one like focused on helping these people with their mindset? Why? We're doing daily sales training. We're doing daily underwriting. Why is no one doing anything daily to work out their mind? I mean, you physically work out your body. And I had learned from listening to guys like Jim Rohn and, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins that you've got to work on your mental muscles, your mental faculties every single day. So I connect with Maurice Grant. Shout out to Maurice. He's funny enough. Here's an interesting thing. Maurice and I actually met back in October of 2019 in that same ballroom where I signed up for the Robert Kiyosaki training. That's where Maurice and I met. Maurice and I got together and we started talking about, dude, like people feel absolutely abandoned and lonely. They feel like they sign up for these courses, but then like they go through hard times and there's no one to help pull them out of the funk. And we had known about it ourselves. We'd gone through those things, but we would always call on each other. And we're like, yo, what if we can put together a room for these people to come and connect and work on their minds first thing in the morning, right? Get your mind right first thing in the morning. Read good books, take in quality information, watch good YouTube, listen to good audios, like all that stuff. But instead of doing it by yourself, do it with other people who are interested in growing. What if we can make that? So we did. We made that. And we started calling it Morning Mindset Coffee. We're like, yo, it's like we wake up in the morning, we work on our mindset, and this is like our dose of coffee. Heck, we could even drink a cup of coffee together while we do this. And here's the cool thing. It started to spread fast. Like I was surprised at like how quickly people started to jump on board. I mean, the first day we ran the call without like even advertising, we had like about 20 something people on that very first call, which was amazing. Funny story about that first call. I think I should tell you guys. The very first Morning Mindset Coffee call we ran, 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm driving cross country to Arizona. I'm in Denver, Colorado, wrapping up an amazing call. We're having a good time. Everyone's like just, yeah, like gung-ho. And I go to my car to open up the trunk and put my suitcase in it. Because like I said, I'm driving cross country. Here's the interesting thing. When I open the trunk, I don't see my skateboard. Now, some of you don't know this. I used to be a skateboarder, so there's always a skateboard in my trunk. So I don't see the skateboard in the trunk. I'm like, oh, maybe it's in the backseat of the car. I open up the passenger door, look in the backseat. I don't see my skateboard, but I also don't see my snowboard, which was also on the side of my car. I had my car filled because I was moving cross country. And I'm starting to look all through my car, and I'm starting to realize like none of my stuff is in my car. Holy crap. 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm standing in Colorado, just going on a road trip, and I've been robbed. Everything I own is gone. Everything. Like all of my life belongings, except for one suitcase that's in my hand. And all of this is happening while I'm on the very first morning mindset coffee call. Like day one of MMC. And I tell everyone in the group, I'm like, guys, I just got robbed. They're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, no, guys, I just got robbed. They're like, no, you didn't, bro. Like, no one would be that calm if they just got robbed. And so I turned the camera and I showed them my car. I'm like, guys, like, would anyone drive cross country, like moving from one state to another with nothing in their car? They're like, holy crap, you just got robbed. Here's the interesting thing. It didn't bother me when it happened because we had just finished working on our mindset. We had just finished talking about gratitude. We had just finished talking about how as entrepreneurs, we're constantly putting out fires. And so in that moment, I got to see the power of the group that we had just created. And it reaffirmed my passion for supplying this sort of environment for entrepreneurs. So now fast forward, this is November of essentially 2021. Fast forward, we're in like February, March of 2022. We've got, close to 60, 70 entrepreneurs jumping on these morning calls regularly, working on their mindset. And I'm just listening to people tell me over and over, this is what I needed. Like, thank you so much. Like, hey, I'm in this mentorship program. I'm in this mentorship program. And they're naming people's mentorship programs that are like levels above me. And they're telling me that my program is the most valuable thing that they've joined ever. And I'm just like, wow, people need this. People really, really need this. And so this allows me to start coming back to ultimately my passion, to bring this full circle. This starts letting me come back to my passion and remembering what I asked myself, well, Marlon, what would you do if you had all the free time, if you had all the passive income? I love coaching people. I love studying mindset. I love personal development. That's what I would be doing. I'd be helping people unlock their own personal development because every time I help someone unlock their next level, I unlock my next level. So I'm going to, in the next episode, tell you how this has progressed and where it brings me today of running MMC to being a high performance coach and to really living the life of my dreams, even how this mindset manor is a part of all of this. So guys, you're watching the Mindset Memoirs. I'm your host, Mindset Marlon. And if you're getting any sort of insights, like you're getting some aha, eureka moments, do me a favor, leave a comment down below. I want to know what's standing out to you as you're going through all these episodes, because we're on episode 11. And I just want to see like what sort of paradigm shifts are you having? What sort of conversations are popping up inside of your head? Leave that comment below.
I got $1 billion mindset, steady as a flow, navigating on my time spent, letting niggas know. $1 billion.